Hello everybody, this is Niclas Huschenbeth and this is the 10,000 subscriber special tournament. So for the first time in the history of the subscriber specials, I'm hosting a tournament on Chess24 and it's about to start in 4 or 5 minutes. We'll play a number of blitz games. It's not quite clear yet how many, actually it depends on how many people sign up, but will be either 8 or 9 blitz games. And it will be 3 minutes, no increment, so rather fast, and we'll see how it goes. But for now, it would be awesome if you could just tell me if the sound is good, if the video is good. I have my chat up here, and I should on YouTube, and I could also get, hold on, am I up at all? I have to figure this out real quick. I'll go to this one. Doesn't look like I'm online yet, apparently. Very sad. Okay, I guess we just have to wait until 12 o'clock when the live stream officially starts. Wow, it's getting full here. 160 players now. 2 minutes to go. And we have some strong players here in the field. Star Wars 2800, Zufi 2676, Lika from Italy 2638, Transposer, Rowan Vogel from Germany, who won the World Championship under 16 last year, if I remember correctly. So some strong players in the field. I'm ranked number 1, but will certainly not be easy, especially since I'm commenting at the same time. So we'll see how it all turns out. Alright, and we have the first game on. And I'll play my first move. The only question is, am I live? And I don't think I am. So this is a little bit confusing to me. Not sure what I have to do, because I'm not appearing in the live show, or am I? Not sure what's going on. Alright, let's concentrate on this game for now. I haven't done YouTube live streaming yet, really. I usually use Twitch, so maybe I overlooked something. I'm not sure. Alright, let's develop my pieces here. This is all a little bit confusing right now because I'm trying to figure out why I'm not live. At the same time, I'm also trying to play some moves here. Oh, this was not a good move. You can just take on f3. And I have to take back with the pawn because of knight c2. Knight d3, okay, I didn't see that one coming. Alright. It seems he just gave up his knight on d3, which is very nice. He could have taken on f3 and made me take back with the pawn. What am I missing? Why am I not live? Streaming live, bum bum bum. Okay, let me get rid of the sound real quick. Alright. Okay, he gives me the rook. Lord, Lord, Lord. What's happening? Oh, so it looks like I'm live after all. Well, that's good. Okay, looks like I'm live now. I'm sorry for the delay, guys. I know what's going on, but now it seems to be working. The game is on. And welcome everybody at this point to the 10,000 subscriber special tournament. I'm in the middle of the first game already. It looks pretty good to me, to be honest. I'm up a few pieces, so just have to convert here. I'll bring back my bishop. And yeah, there were some technical problems in the beginning. I'm not sure why, but this is the first time for me using YouTube Live to stream. Before I've been using Twitch, so this is my excuse. I'm not sure what was going on there, but it took a while for the stream to come up, but now I hope it's running smoothly. I'm appreciating your feedback here, while at the same time I also have to focus on the game, but it's looking pretty good for me. So let me check the chat real quick. Let me reload this and see. Okay, and I won this game against Lucas Silva. Just a few words in this position. Bum 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 bum. Here, my opponent after knight c3, which was a mistake of mine. Actually a pretty big mistake if I think about, well, Well, for beginners, I could have won a piece here with queen a4. I was just not ready yet. Anyways, let's see. So it seems the stream is on YouTube, but not on Chess24. So we still need to figure that out. Alright, so we're working on that, we're fixing that. Sorry for the technical difficulties here. For the people watching on YouTube, I hope it's all smooth. Looks like it's all smooth, from as far as I can tell. So in the meantime, let's take a look at other games going on. Is there still a game going on? No, it looks like everybody's done. So I think we're ready to play the second game. Alright, second game is on in just a moment. There we go, it's loading, and our opponent is Holtern 01 from Norway. Alright, let's see what Holtern is up to. It seems Holtern hasn't played a move quite yet. Oh, there we go. And I reply with the Sicilian. And maybe we're going for a knight of... No, he's going for a quiet line of bishop b5 check, knight d7. He gives up his bishop right away, which is surprising. Usually people wait until black plays a6 to ask this bishop on b5 what it's doing, and then people take on d7. So he just gave me a tempo here, because now obviously I don't have to play a6 and I can just continue developing my pieces. Alright, let's bring out the knight to f6. He might play e5 here actually. He does not. I'm kind of tempted to go e5. Not sure how good it is, but it looks fairly reasonable. And then bring the bishop to g7. Knight d5 shouldn't be a problem. Oh, he just likes to give up his bishops, it looks like. I'm fairly content here. Well, he has a nice square on d5, but it seems that that shouldn't compensate him giving up both bishops, right? And what I hear from Chess24 is that once this page is reloaded, we should be able to see my stream on Chess24 now as well. And yes, there it is. Awesome. All right, now let's focus on the game. I will play f5. There's a typical response here to do something. And now I think this looks interesting. Take on e4 and play bishop g4 and try to take on f3. He has rook e3 though, which I didn't really see, and that is unfortunate because that is a good move. Otherwise he would have been in trouble. Now it could be that I'm in trouble, not sure. Could be indeed that I messed up a little bit, because he has a pressure now on d6 and I'm not... Whoa, that's a nice move, which I didn't see coming. So if I take, there's knight f6, so I gotta move my queen out of the way. And at least, do I want to take this one? Not sure. Yeah, well, there's knight c7. Whatever. We're gonna risk it. Knight c7, bishop takes c4, hopefully. But this is getting crazy here. Obviously, I don't need to tell you that. Okay, let's bring the queen all the way back and attack this knight on c7 now. As well as the rook is still attacked on d3, so I think now... Oh well, white can just take back, never mind. I was thinking for a moment I was winning material, but this is not true at all. In fact, I'm still struggling here. And I'm struggling big time. Okay, let's move the king out of the way. But this is not a great position. Just lost more or less, probably. He didn't take the pawn, which is surprising. Let me protect this pawn then. I'm still scared because all these pieces look fairly intimidating. But maybe I can hold my ground somehow here. Rook d7. Playing a little bit too fast here. Okay, rook e7. Take. Yeah, bishop f4. Yeah, I'm just down a pawn here. But maybe I can do something. Let's start with rook c6. And pretend that I'm threatening c4 and so forth. Okay, I don't want to draw. I want to try here. Well, it's pretty risky, but I want to try. So let's see. Okay, g3 he can play. I want to play c4, but then there's knight. Oh, this is a bad move, a5. Oh, is he checkmating me? He wants to checkmate me. I can't allow that. So no, run! Okay, now I can take. There's no problem anymore. Still have to make sure he doesn't checkmate me, but it doesn't look like right now. Let's play king g5. And don't run into a... Oh, there's a knight. Don't run into any forks. No more forks on the board, so that's good. So now I just have to make sure I convert this, but that should be possible. Oh, lord. Oh. Check. Let's bring the rook back here. Alright, so that was quite a undecent game, to put it mildly. Holton played well and would have deserved a win here, certainly. Yeah, good game by Holton. He had me in the ropes, you could say. I mean, here white is obviously still clearly better. Here, I think a5 would have caused me huge problems, because I cannot take on a5 because the bishop is hanging on b2. Alright, but I survived somehow. Yeah, I wonder where it all went wrong. I guess the exchange on... Oh, the next game is already starting. No time here. The exchange on e4 wasn't warranted, really. Okay. Let's go to the next game. And opposition is not gonna be any easier from now on. So round number 3. And I hope by now everything's working smoothly. So game number 3 against Czech 0-1. I have 5 seconds? 4 seconds? Whoa, that was close. I almost weren't in time to make my first move. Okay, we have the Caro-Kann. Knight d7, h6. White always more or less plays the same moves here. Knight goes to b3 to stop c5, or, well, maybe not stop c5, but make it more difficult for black to play c5. Now he plays b6, which is quite unusual. I'll just play c4 myself. Let's see how he reacts here. Because black hasn't developed any of his kingside pieces yet. So it makes sense to try to open up the position here. Now black certainly cannot play c5, because then the center opens up. Alright, now let's play a4. Let's see what happens here. I want to open up the a file if possible. Bishop g6. He acts like he has all the time in the world, but well, maybe it makes sense to bring the knight to f5. But at the same time, I'm getting my rook in. Well, how good is this actually to get my rook in? Let me take on d5 and see what happens here. And now bishop b5. Now I'm really threatening rook a7. Well, actually he still has rook c7 to be fair. But this looks unpleasant. Also there's often this idea to play with g4. For example, right here, g4 could be a move. Which forces knight e7, which is probably not too bad for him. Okay, let's just play bishop d2. And now bring the queen to b4. Looks like a good square for the queen. Rook a7, he can just play rook c7, but this knight on d7 is still a problem child for black. No place to go for the knight really, so I want to stop knight c6 here, play rook c1. And the knight is pretty hopeless. Nowhere to go. Knight h4, that makes sense. Okay, let me take g3. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is beautiful. I missed the last move actually, and he had a chance to go back to d8 with the queen. But now it's checkmate. So that was quite a cute combination there. So I could have done this right here already, but I missed it. But he gave me another chance, fortunately. So here he would need to go back to d8. But all originate because all my pieces are participating. My queen is on b4, is in action, my rook's on c1 in the open file, my bishop is doing something, and then suddenly this tactic came out of nowhere, really. But, well, sometimes it just happens like that, right? So, that puts me on 3 out of 3. Let's watch some other games in the meantime. Let's see how Star Wars is doing on board 2. This looks interesting. Looks pretty well for Star Wars, to be honest. Active pieces. The pawn on e4 is rather strong, and now he's threatening to play e3. And he might just take an a2. No, he plays e3 still, which is probably also just very strong. The bishop on a1 just out of the game. Yeah, looks like Star Wars is taking home the point here. Unless white can initiate some counterattack, but I don't see it coming really. Just plays e2. And now rook a3 is the threat. Oh, rook a3. Oh, rook b3 still. Rook b3 still holds on. Oh, e1, my friend. e1. That's checkmate. That's checkmate. Alright, let's see what else is going on. Questing Beast against Taste You Lose. Questing Beast won that game. Better Than All lost against Cool 64 Chess. Alright, any other games still going on here in the meantime? This game is over too. So I think we're almost ready for next round. Round number 4. Okay, next round starts in a few seconds. And we'll see who we're gonna get now. Okay. Waiting for pairings. Just afraid I might miss the game or something. I don't know what to do though. Ah, there it is. Okay. Alright, so there we have our opponent, Man of Light from Bulgaria. And we have a Nimzo Indian, the classical variation Queen C2. And this is the most critical try against it, with to play with E4, and now I play C5, Knight F3. Knight F3 I'm not familiar with. Probably Bishop B7, or I could just take on D4. Hold on a second here. No, I probably don't want to do this. Okay, let's try Knight C6. Is this crazy? And now I want to go Knight D4. I don't know how crazy this is, but it looks interesting to say the very least. He could probably just take and play A3. Probably he could do that. Yeah, and he does that. Well played. Interesting, yeah. So how do I react here? Okay, I'll take on C3 and take on D5. How about that? And see what happens here. Or is this garbage? Might be garbage after C takes D5. Yeah, might be just garbage. Yeah, I'm not happy actually. I'm not happy. I think after C takes D5 I have to take back. I have to take on C3. Because otherwise white plays C4 and just collects the pawn on D4. So that's no good. And now I'm just playing against this super strong bishop. So this is rather terrible. The queen goes to D4. I'm in some trouble here. Let me try to exchange queens, maybe, to ease my position a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna help me a whole lot. Okay, whatever. I'll just exchange queens and hope for the best. And play d6. He can take on f6. I don't mind too much. That seems like wouldn't be the end of the world. Yeah, okay. I think it definitely helped me to take the queens off, but I'm certainly worse here. Let's bring the knight somewhere. Not sure where though. I'm not sure. Maybe I can go to c5. Yeah, let's go to c5 and take back with the pawn. And this bishop is kind of misplaced, so I'm playing rook c to b8 so I can bring my bishop on a better square, and he just moves his king. That's all he seems up to. Move the king, and let me play, well, I don't have to react right now, e5. I can play bishop f5. Oh my friend, that's a huge gift you're making me here. That's a huge gift, yeah. Just one mistake, threw it all away. Good game by Man of Light up until the last move, really. When he needs to prepare e5. Obviously this is the move White wants to play. I'm not sure actually if White is still better. Probably I'm fine here actually. I can play f6 if I'm scared about the break. e5 and I should be fine. I could also think about something like rook b6 and double on the b file and ask White some questions there. So I think White was in really good shape up until a certain point. Maybe instead of letting me take on d4, White could have taken on c5 himself and then play bishop b2 and so on. And this looks fairly good because my pieces are just bad. My bishop on b7 without any perspective, my knight on f6, nowhere to go really. White plays f4 and sees a space, and looks pretty good for White. All right, let me check out the chat here on YouTube. All right, and on Chess24. And Question B says, it's really annoying how you lose a game if you fail to make a move at the beginning. That is annoying, that's true. I don't know what to say about that, but I can just forward this feedback to Chess24. So I'm playing 3-minute games here because this is what the tournament is all about. It's 3-minute games, and I think we're playing 8 games, not sure yet. But honestly, afterwards I can stick around for a little bit longer and just take challenges, because I have some time. I just need to get to lunch at some point, but I have some time, so we can play a little bit longer. In the meantime, is any game still going on here? Juan Pablo, is Juan Pablo still playing? No, Juan Pablo won on time in a not so great position. And we have the next game. Round number 5. And I want to remind you guys, there are 3 prizes here involved. I'm not sure if you can see them right now. Maybe you can. Yes, you can see them quite perfectly right now. First prize, training session or video coaching with me. Then lightning match, best of 5, and then blitz match, best of 3. And I think we have my next game. And there we go. Against asuarez, strong player, 2569. So that's gonna be tough here. Let's see what Sicilian he plays. He plays the Accelerate Dragon, so that allows me to play the Marochi setup, which I'm doing right now. Very solid, very stable for white. Nice little edge out of the opening, but not too much going on. I think f3 is the way to go. Takes on d4, and now bishop c6. I think that allows me to go b4. I think most of the time people play a5 first to not allow that kind of stuff. Okay, let me try b5 and knight a4 and knight b6. And rook c1. Okay, take. So we'll exchange some pieces here. Question is that to my benefit or not? We'll see. We shall find out. Okay, what about just rook d1 now? I'm threatening c5 now. Oh, b6, but b6 maybe I can play e5. Let's see if this is any good here. Probably it's just around equal. I'm just a little bit worried about my time situation here. Okay, let's retreat to f2. I could have taken on d6, but this looked pretty unexciting. So now I want to take on d8 and play c5. And I'm hoping. I do want to take with the queen. Do I want to take with the queen? Not sure. Do I want to take with the queen? Nah, let's play it safe. Because he could take the pawn on a2 and I didn't like that. Let's play g3. G3, queen b4. Okay, I guess gotta go b6 then. Gotta put it all in here. Queen b4, I have now rook b5, but then it's rook d1 maybe? Just getting tricky. This is certainly getting a little bit tricky here. Oh, now queen b4 simply. This was not a good move, my friends. This was not a good move. Yeah, now I'm just gonna lose. Either on position or on time. Either one. Queen takes b6 seems good, or this. Yeah, this is just well, I think I can just resign, especially with this time as well, but the position is just completely lost too. Just push the pawn forward and yeah, not much to do. Alright, good game by Suarez. I think I was doing pretty well up until a certain point. So here the question was, queen takes c5, but here I think black just takes, and bishop takes a2, and b6, just rook b8, and I didn't see. Oh, now I can take on a5. I can just take on a5. Oh, actually, so I should go for this, because the bishop on a2 is hanging now. And then next move I can protect the pawn. And if black plays this, then I should be in time here. Yeah, this looks pretty strong. Probably winning. The bishop is also running out of space here on e6. Yeah, so that looks like it was a missed chance, because if black can take on a2, and I can just keep my strong pawn here, maybe rook d2 would be the other critical try, but I think I can play b6. And this is also winning. Rook takes e2, b7, rook b2, and rook c8. Yeah, so missed chance here. That was the move to play queen takes c5 instead of rook takes c5, and then I should have pretty good chances to grind out a win. So it looks like there's still a few players on 100%. To be exact, 4 players. And we're ready for the next round, more or less. Okay, in the meantime, I'm checking out the chat here on YouTube. Moin Moin. Budhanser is asking which soccer club I'm preferring. HSV, the Hamburg club, or St. Pauli, which is also located in Hamburg. Honestly, I don't follow it anymore at all. So I don't have a preference. Okay. Two more games running apparently here. Better than all is still playing. And Mittag, let's see if we can follow. No, better than all won pretty early. That's strange. Okay. Because it still says the game is not finished yet, and this game is also over, so I think we're ready for the next round, pretty much. Because looks like all the games are finished. How to prepare for a tournament, Niclas? Common Boy is asking. Well, you get your brain in shape, I would recommend. So that means solving a lot of puzzles, solving a lot of tactical exercise, making sure your brain is fast, right? Because when you're playing a game, it's often about how alert are you, how fit are you, how quick are you in finding tactics on the board. And that applies to not only on current board position, right, but in all the variations. There's so many variations each game you have to calculate. And it's all about that you always find these little tactics in the variations so you can make sure you evaluate the resulting positions correctly in the variations, and you see the right variations, you calculate correctly and see all the response from your opponent as well as your possibilities. So what I usually do 1 week or so before a tournament, I solve a lot of tactics every day to get my brain ready. Okay, it looks like we're still waiting for round number 6 to start. That shouldn't take much longer, hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. For now, I'm kind of satisfied with my play. The first 4 rounds were more or less decent. More or less. The last game was a little bit of a pity. I was slow at the one hand, and then also at this critical moment in time I played the wrong move, took with the wrong piece on c5. But that's okay. Wilhelm Unkelbach is asking, do you like the fried liver attack? And I have to admit, I don't know the fried liver attack, so I can't answer this question. So you need to tell me first what kind of opening and what kind of thing that is. So I think we might have a slight technical problem here, because I believe all the games are done, but the tournament's still not continuing, so there might be a little bug. So we're fixing it right now. I'm talking to Chess24, and we should be back on the road in no time, hopefully. We'll see. It's a so the fried liver attack is a crazy knight sacrifice to develop. Well, that doesn't tell me that much. I know some openings where that exists, but you need to tell me the exact move order more or less. Otherwise, I can't tell you. I know there's this line e4, e5, knight of3. Knight f6, knight takes e5, d6, knight takes f7. I know this sacrifice exists, so in the Petrov you can sacrifice a knight. Oh, okay. This is a fried liver attack. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. Let's put this on the board right now. Can I? Can I put this on the board? Yes, I can. So this is apparently the fried liver attack. I was never aware. Well, this is all mainline theory. Here, black usually plays knight a5, and knight takes d5 is not considered to be a good move because of d4, if I'm rightly informed. So there's also this sacrifice here of knight takes f7, which was like my favorite sacrifice when I was really young, and I was always hoping the black players would go for this, because this is crazy dangerous for black. But I heard that d4 okay, so it looks like my next opponent left the tournament. That's very sad. Or hold on. So I gotta see what's going on. Do I have a game going or no? Sorry to interrupt my little opening lesson. I would have loved to continue, but I have my next game, so hopefully it's here. I just got a message that I'm getting a free point, but hopefully Fierce Grace is here to play. Round number 6. Otherwise, I will continue with... That's a pity. Fierce Grace would have liked to play you. So I guess in this case, I will continue with my discussion of the Fierce Liver attack, because it is a fun subject. If I can make any moves here. There we go. Come on, let's play the moves. There we go. So where did I stop? Right here. So queen f3, black has to protect the knight on d5, so king e6, and now it is, I think, knight c3, and now black has to protect the knight once again, has to go probably knight e7, or knight b4 I think also exists, and I actually don't know how it continues from here. I think white plays something like d4, tries to open up the position, and then crazy stuff happens. That's all I know. Just craziness. Craziness. I haven't had this line in like, I don't know, 14 years or so. So it's been a while, because like I said earlier, nobody usually plays knight takes d5. There are two other moves here, knight d4 or knight a5, knight a5 being the absolute main line, when white has bishop d3, bishop e2. Now what am I saying? No. Here white plays d3 or bishop b5 check. And then here in this position, white plays bishop d3, which is the move I've played, and then there's also bishop e2. And there's also queen f3 actually. But in either case, black gets some pretty good compensation for the pawn, so it's a very double-edged line, and you have to take some risks if you decide to play this with the white pieces. So in the meantime, let's watch the top boards. If I can find them. Where is asuarez? Or I can't find any games honestly, so we'll just watch Robert Pisu. There we go. This game is live. It's Shadi June against Robert Pisu, and well, honestly, it's not very exciting. Black's just a piece up, so I think we're gonna go to next game because black's gonna win this easily. What about Lika? Lika is playing against Mercedes. It's quite an uneven match. Lika is up 1,000 points, but honestly, Mercedes is keeping up pretty well. Material is equal, but the time for Mercedes is not to be envied, to put it like this. He's playing really well here. I like the moves. C5, well, allowed D5. Yeah. Well, this will be just decided on time. It's just what it is. And also in position. I mean, white is also winning here. But the time was the real issue for black here. And rook d8 ends the game. Alright. And rook e6. Okay. So perfect champion, I see you're upset that you lost because of a technical error. Sorry about that. I'll forward it to Chess24. I know there's some bugs sometimes, especially with a large tournament like this. We're not, or Chess24 is not hosting very large tournaments that often. So we're still working on it, and I'm sure it will improve in the future. So sorry about that. Hobbit64 is asking if I'm planning a repertoire against unusual openings like 1b3, 1b4, 1g4. Probably not, because I think there's not a lot of demand for it, right? Not a lot of people are interested because, for one, almost never happens. And for the other, even if it happens, you're just happy and you're like, alright, I guess I don't have to worry about equalizing in the opening, because I can already equalize after the first move. So I don't see this happening, but I could imagine doing a repertoire against sidelines after 1d4, knight f6. So like Trompovsky, London system, and all these little sidelines, which can be quite annoying. So I could imagine doing this. Not sure when though yet. Alright, do we have the next round? Let's see. Round number 7. So that's the penultimate round. I'm on shared place number 3 right now. So there's still a chance I can catch up. We'll see. Depends how I'm gonna do in the last 2 games now. And now I'm playing against you lose. And I almost lost because I only had 5 seconds to make my move, but I made it in time. And yeah, that's true. I feel like this is something we can work on Chess24. He plays quick. He plays quick. You lose. And I'm going for this setup here. Whoopa. Knight e5. Bishop b4. No, I think I can just go e5. Hold on. If the bishop takes c3, do I take on f6? Yeah, why not? Why not? This looks rather promising. Bishop takes f6. The bishop is a monster on f6, and now I play bishop d3 to get my queen in. Queen h5, bishop takes h7. Oh, and this is a rook. This is a rook. I don't know what happened there. For you lose. but doesn't look like I'm gonna lose in this game, that's for sure. And he continues to play quickly, but honestly this is not gonna help much in this kind of position. And this is another rook, and I'm happy to collect them all. Like Pokemon, right? Collect them all. Collect all his rooks. Okay, now I just have to finish this game somehow. No, I don't. He resigned, in fact. Very fast play. I wasn't sure why my opponent played so quickly and then just planted the rook here in one move, but I think at this point it's already difficult anyway, because bishop takes h7 is hard to stop. The rook is running out of squares. Not very great position. I think there's one very pretty line here which I want to show you real quick. I think it goes like this: knight c4, take, e5, bishop takes c3, e takes f6, bishop takes b2. F takes g7, rook g8. Actually not completely sure how it went, but I think it was something like this. It was really beautiful. Knight f5 and then rook e1. And there's no way to stop these threats here. For example, rook takes g7. Well, for example, bishop d4 would be good, but bishop c5 is also good. And if king d8, then bishop b6. I think it was something along these lines. If you are a premium member, you can just look this up in my repertoire, because this is exactly what I recommend against the Taimanov. Okay. So, let's follow some other games here for now. This looks, looks fairly drawish, I would say. On the other hand, this pawn on b3 is giving white a headache, because how to get this pawn under control? Whew. Well, this appears to be a draw if black takes the knight, the bishop. And now just king c4 is coming, so yeah, that looks like it's a draw. King c4. Yeah, this gotta be a draw. White will just protect the pawn with bishop d6. And that's it. Nothing for black to do except for to flag. Which would be a little bit dirty in this position, because really there's nothing black can do. Nothing. Just bishop g3, bishop b8 pre-move more or less, and you're good. So yeah, now knight takes h2, white just takes. But looks like Lika wants to flag his opponent here, which I don't really approve here in this position. I don't really approve it. And he succeeded. Alright, well, it's part of the game. But that wasn't really a great victory by Lika. So last game, last round, and Transposer is leading with 6.5 out of 7. So I might play Transposer now, who knows. And there are a lot of people on 6 out of 7 actually. Well, not that many in fact. 5 people on 6 out of 7. Patrick Müller is asking, when will we play John Bartholomew again? Hopefully soon. I really like the match. I really like John. He's an awesome guy. So hopefully soon. I don't know exactly when yet. And this reminds me also, somebody asked when I'm gonna play against Hutch again, or if I'm gonna do something with Hutch again. Also same answer, hopefully soon. Also that was a lot of fun, so I'm hopeful. Maybe next month, or maybe even this month still. I could set something up with Hutch, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see. But I'm certainly willing, and I'm pretty sure we will do something again at some point. Niclas, what would you recommend against a Trompowsky for a Grunfeld player? Nick2504 is asking, well, I don't think it matters that you're a Grunfeld player. You can just play whatever you like. I personally played second c5 for a long time, so you can look into that. It's quite an ambitious weapon, and I like it. It creates a lot of interesting positions, unusual positions, so I like that. But honestly, there are a lot of ways for you to play. And here's my last round opponent, Yiyo from Russia. So let's focus on this game, and I want to finish with a win, obviously, because I just like to win. That's how it is. All right. So this is the advanced variation, and this is an interesting line here. I think here I can play a5. Let's see how he reacts here. Okay. I guess I'll take. The bishop on b2 looks pretty stupid, I think. Maybe I could even play bishop c5 here, but it doesn't seem to do much. So I'll just develop. Bring my knight to f7 and see how he protects this pawn. Queen d4? No, that doesn't work. I think he has to give up this pawn. No way to... What is this? This is just losing this pawn on b4. I mean, and this pawn is not a pawn you want to give. Let's be honest. This is really not a pawn you want to give. Nope, I think we're keeping the bishops on the board. And I think I'll expand here a little bit with b5 and b4. And this is just game over, let's be real. Nothing's gonna stop these two passed pawns, c4 and b5. Okay, b4. The knight is also dead. I don't let this bishop come into play, that's for sure. Yeah, there's no counterplay. I just played g6, and this looks just completely over for white. Okay, and he resigned here, which is fair enough. Yeah, he made it fairly easy for me, but at the same time, not sure. Bishop e2, is this a move here? Bishop e2, I know there's bishop f4, I know there's bishop e3. I'm pretty sure bishop e3 and bishop f4 are two moves. Bishop e2, I'm not sure, because a5 forcing white to play bishop e2 is certainly a compromise for white. Certainly, it's the right word. Just something white doesn't necessarily want to do, right? The bishop doesn't belong on b2, just biting on this pawn on c3, not doing anything. And then, as it turned out here, maybe here knight d2 is necessary to play knight f3 once I play knight f7. Because here already, white cannot protect the pawn on e5 anymore. And would need to play for some kind of counterplay here. But I don't see it coming. Here, I could take on e5, which looks fine. Looks fine, but I could also play bishop c5, which also looks fairly unpleasant for white because there's no convenient way to protect his pawn f2, and if white takes, Then I take on b2 and take on c3, and it's also just all just falling apart. So I think it went all wrong for white in the opening. And then after queen d4, this is game over already here, because these two pawns, b7 and c4, are not going to be stopped. And white doesn't have any quick counterplay. I mean, the best try would have been knight c3, I think, to bring the rook to b1. But in the long run, I think this has to be just losing. Maybe knight d8 to bring the knight to c6, and it's just a matter of time. Alright, so let's see how this critical game concludes here between Lika and Transposer. Transposer needs to win to claim first place by himself. And this is pretty exciting, honestly. Let's sit back, have some popcorn, and enjoy the show here. Knight c4 offering the pawn endgame, which seems to be winning for white. So black declines, plays king to d3, and now f4. What? Uh-oh, this has took a pretty dark turn here for Transposer, because his king is all the way on a3, way too far away, and this is now winning. And this is now winning for white. Lika wins this game. Very unfortunate turnaround for Transposer, who was so close to claiming the first place. He was in the lead the whole tournament, but here in this final game he took it too far apparently. He seemed to be in control pretty much the whole game, just a little bit better maybe. Actually, well, just looks like equal. But in this position, probably black has to go knight d7, and I would guess this is equal. I would guess it's equal. So let's see. Does that conclude the game, the tournament? Is everything over? So we have 3 people on... Hold on, can you see this? Yes, you can see the standings. So we have 3 people on 7 out of 8. I'm one of them. Didn't play the most convincing tournament, but still made it up there somehow. Asuarez on place number 1. And then myself, and then Lika. So, and then we have 3 people who are sharing 4 to 6 on 6.5. Alright, good stuff. I think that's it. But like I said, I'm gonna stick around a little bit longer, so you can send me a challenge if you want to, and I'm gonna play a few games, not too many, because I have to go to lunch at some point before my dining hall closes. Regarding the prizes, I will let the people know who won a prize, and I still have to figure out how I'm gonna do this exactly, but I'll let you guys know, and it will come up, and I'll contact the people on Chess24. But for now, let's play some more games. That was just 8 games. I mean, barely anything, right? So let's play a few games here, and let's see how that goes. Alright, let's play against Simon, 99 from Germany. Okay, and I'll play French again. Oh, what am I doing? Why am I taking on... This is ridiculous. I didn't mean to take on on I didn't mean to take on e4. I don't know what was happening there. Okay, let's play Rubinstein. Haven't played this in a long time, or maybe ever, so we'll see how this all turns out. I'm honestly not a big fan of this whole variation. It's just so boring, to me at least. But let's see. It seems so much shuffling around, just putting your piece on better squares, and both sides are kind of waiting. Yeah, honestly, I just don't feel comfortable in these kinds of positions. Knight e5, so something's happening here. I guess I have to react to this. Or do I? Could just play c5. Bishop f3. Yeah, c5, bishop f3, I can play queen c7. That's another reason why I'm not that much into these positions, because it's just so drawish everything. Looks like everything's gonna be a draw here. And I don't know how I'm gonna create any kind of play. I mean, what if white just exchanges queens now? How am I gonna win this endgame? Well, I'm just gonna try. f4, well, that gives me some chance now. If white decides to weaken himself like this, I'm certainly much happier now. Oh, now I'm very happy indeed. Already this weakness backfired, because the queen is now pinned and lost. By the way, I will mostly take 3-minute games now, because like I said, I don't have a lot of time left here, so I want to play as many people as possible, so bear with me here and just send me 3-minute challenges, so we can play a few games before I have to get to lunch. Alright, let's play the King's Gambit. And play crazy style of knight c3. He didn't play queen h4, so not too crazy anymore now, but I can play d4 now. And play e5. I don't think it was necessary for him to take on c3. Knight e4, knight d5 immediately would have been better. Because now I just won back the pawn. I'm in pretty good shape. I have all my pieces out and I'm doing fairly reasonably. Fairly reasonable. That's the right way to say it. Unless I'm plundering something now. Queen takes d4, bishop takes h7. f6, I have queen h5, hopefully. Queen h4 check, I have g3, so looks all good. And here I can play d5. I want to sacrifice something, but no, queen h5 is not going to work. I was like dreaming queen h5, g6, knight takes g6, but no, this is not going to work. So gotta play normal stuff here. Well, now I'm tempted again. I am tempted, I can tell you that much. You know what? Now I'm ready to sacrifice my whole house. Well, not really. 2 pieces at most. But this looks pretty promising now. So if black takes again, I can take with the queen and then king h8, bishop e5 check. Queen e7, I think I have bishop d6, which looks fairly strong. Yeah, I think it looks very strong, especially because the black queen side is still back here, underdeveloped, not in the game, and he makes it easy, but I think there was no defense left anymore anyway, so didn't really matter. Now pre-move rook takes f6, but he resigns. Alright. Yeah, I think the crooked point maybe was to play, instead of c6, bring out the last piece here, knight a6, but queen h5 might be a threat indeed, so not sure. But knight a6, maybe black can cope with the attack here. Yeah, probably, because c6 also allowed this bishop d6 trick or tactic in a position. Alright, next game. Asuarez from Sri Lanka. Getting a lot of white games here. Well, actually, no, it's just the second one in a row. Never mind. Alright, the Scandinavian. Okay, how does this go? I think just bringing out a piece on natural square is the way to go here. And here it is very standard. If black plays bishop g4 in Scandinavian, most of the time we just kick the bishop out and follow up with knight e5. And this works pretty well. And then sometimes you can do some annoying stuff with h4. Not sure if this is the right moment in time yet. You know, let's try. Let's try and see what happens. h4 threatening some annoying stuff, I was hoping. Okay, here just play f3. And this bishop is kind of loose, I thought. Looks kind of weird on d5. That's pretty brave, to say the very least, because how about knight b5? Okay, this is going to get pretty crazy in no time, but looks like I'm going to win material here, because the bishop, I told you, the bishop is loose. Or maybe not. Maybe I messed up. Oh. I'm not calculating anything here, just playing random moves, and probably I'm gonna lose big time, but we'll see. We'll see. Probably queen a5 now is a good move. Yes, queen a5. To get out of this pin. And hopefully my opponent is not listening, because otherwise he will play this move when I am in some trouble. Not too much, maybe. Wow, this is even better. Damn. Damn, I didn't see this. Actually, is this better? Or is this good for me? Oh, bishop b4. What's going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, I have to play king d1. Yeah, probably just... Wait, let me maybe... Can I take... What? Wow, some deep tactics here. My goodness. Craziness on the board. Craziness. Oh, I can just go to c2. What's the problem? I have d2 protected, right? So this was, I guess, a good choice to take with the knight on f3. Because d2 is protected, that's what I was afraid of. I want to play knight d4. But I can just go to c2. That's all safe. More or less. I mean, I'm still a little loose with the king. And still scared. Okay, I don't want to give him more pawns. But at the same time, knight g3, yeah. No, that was horrible. That was horrible. No. Let's not talk about this. I want to play queen h2, but this just doesn't work for several reasons. So now I'm certainly not better again. Not better anymore. But I'm still hanging in there, and I'm just trying to flag him somehow. Take with the pawn, maybe. This position is ridiculous, but my pieces, my minor piece, are kind of keeping it together. I thought they were, maybe not. Oh man, this is just gonna come down to flagging. As unfortunate that is. Well, now I'm actually winning again. Oh, that's a draw, in fact. But is it a draw? Yeah, it looks like it's a draw. King b2, queen e2. Crazy game, asuarez. Really well played. That was a lot of fun. A draw would have been a deserved outcome, but well, the time ran out. What can I say? Crazy game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's go to next challenge. From Nomiko Spanos from Greece. And there he is already. Quick reply here. I like it. I could have gone for a fried liver attack here, but didn't feel like any fried liver, so I'm going for this instead. For those of you tuning in later, the fried liver attack, well, could have happened if I played knight g5 instead of d4. But I like this variation because it's much safer and I don't have to worry about any huge attacks from black, so I'm good here. Pretty safe stuff. I like it. I can still dream of any attacks, rolling my pawns forward. It's good. It's good. And I'm also surprising him apparently here because he's spending a lot of time. And now I'm ready. I'm ready. f4, f5. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go here. I'm coming. Coming for you. Nomikos. Oh, he plays f5. That's probably good, yeah. But maybe I can still take and play f5, but do I want to do this? No, I don't. I rather want to change my strategy to positional squeezing. We'll see how this works out. I don't like a5, so I will play queen d2. And then bring on the positional squeeze. Oh, he prepares a5 again, maybe. Well, right now I can take a5. Let's play rook c2. So I can take a5. He wants to exchange queens. Okay, we can do this. Rook takes b3 hurts after bishop d2, doesn't it? So I'd rather take on a5. Take on c6. Let's hope I'm not blundering anything. And after bishop takes c6, the question is, do I want to take one? Well, not a question anymore. I probably would have exchanged one pair of rooks. I could have even taken on b8. Oh, that would have been cool though. Okay, I missed that. Now. I don't know what to do. I just play solid rook c2 and bring my king. Yeah, I have to play solid and passive here, mostly. That's what I'm doing. Let's play g4. Here's play g6. Maybe this... No draw. Come on now. We're not here for draws. We're here for wins and losses. Well, I'm here mostly to win. So I'm just gonna play around with my rook, with my king. So rook c2. Okay. Yeah, I saw this and I just ignored it. But let's run with the pawn and hope for the best. I guess I can't hope for a lot. No, h5. Let's run back. This is bad. This is all very bad. This is all not good. Wow, is he playing for a win? d4? Interesting. Well, now I'm playing for a win, that's for sure. Push. Yeah, I thought it was a fairly reasonable game up until one point where I'm just losing here. Okay, maybe we just ignore all that. What happened? Just go to next game, because that was not a great performance. Yeah, if he here, instead of running over with the king, just starts running with the pawn, like here, I think I'm in huge trouble. Just losing, to be honest. Okay. Alright, Tana Gonzalez is my next opponent from Spain. Tana, are you here? Yes, Tana's here. This is kind of an exchange variation, but kind of not, because white kept the pawn on d3. Wow, playing very quickly in f3. Not sure what to do with that. Whoa, 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 whoa. My devious threat is queen b6. Ah, he saw it. Too bad, too bad. Now I get my knight in. And now I can still do it. Well, queen b6 doesn't threaten anything. Except for queen takes b2, so... Wasn't that cool, actually. Just rather... not cool. Okay, what am I doing here? I guess I have to bring some more piece into the attack, somehow. Oh, I have a plan. Knight f6, knight h5, knight g3. Let's continue on with my plan. Ah, he saw it. Very unfortunate. I know what to do now. Queen back. So if white takes on h1, he saw that too. Sees everything. In that case, I'm just gonna double my rooks. How do I get through here? It shouldn't be that hard, right? Shouldn't be, but maybe it is. Okay, take. I think now I'm getting somewhere, yes. Now I am getting somewhere. Alright, and there's a checkmate. I see some complaints from users saying I should play premium. Why should I? Why should I play premium? I can play whoever I want, and I have subscribers who are premium members and I have subscribers who are not. So probably most of my subscribers are not premium members, so it makes, I think, a lot of sense if I'm playing a fair amount of non-premium members here. Okay, I think we can only play maybe 2 or 3 more games, we'll see. And then I have to run to lunch, because I have to eat. Okay, we're playing against Neugieriger Horst, which means curious Horst. Horst is a German name, in case you're wondering. And I don't know what's going on here. Let's just take on d4. And what is this position? Now it looks like a kind of weird green felt. C takes c5 is a slight problem, because I have to take with the queen, which is not great. Because after c takes c5 there's bishop b5. I don't want to take with the queen, that's just not cool. So I'll give a check. I don't know what that changes though, really. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play king f8 after bishop b5 check. It looks interesting, actually. I mean, I might get away with this because my center is very strong, and if I can get to play f6, knight e7, bishop e6, king f7, I should be fine. Oh, bishop c6. Bishop c6 simply. Now bishop c6 is even stronger. What am I doing? Bishop c6 just picking up the exchange here. Alright, I was lucky here. Oh no, bishop c6, I have a5. Never mind. a5 saves me. Okay. Let's play f6. And king f7, and then I should be more or less okay. Well, yeah, now I'm certainly okay if I can play d4. Bishop c4, just queen c8, and now I play rook b8. And now I want to win this bishop on b5, but how to win it? Let's just create some more pins. Pins are always nice, so when you can do them, just do them. So we have this knight pin, we have this bishop pin, looks sweet. And now a6 is a threat to win this guy here. And since he didn't do anything to prevent it, I can play a6. But I think there was nothing white could do anyway to get out of these two pins at the same time. So knight takes a6. I can choose. Well, actually I can't. I'll take on b4 and take on b5. If I take on a6 after knight takes a6, white can play queen takes e7 and get away. So I'll take the queen. Okay. And now I'm just gonna convert this. Okay. All right. Let's play against Fazilov from Turkey. Okay, we haven't seen this today yet. Let's play one boring game with the Rai Lopez exchange. I like to be boring sometimes. It's fun. I actually had a game this year, just a few months back, and I had this exact line. Knight h6 is interesting. It prepares f5 in certain situations. So it's interesting. Interesting try. Also knight g4 was a threat, so I had to take this out of position by playing h3. I was hoping I could just take here on h6 and take on f5, which I think I can, and we'll see if my opponent has enough compensation for the pawn here. Queen d7 looks tempting. I like queen d7. Active move, protect the pawn, attack the piece, attack a piece. It does everything that I ever want in life, so looks good. Bishop d6, yes, and now queen f4 is a threat. Annoying. Maybe queen d7 wasn't the right way to go. Okay. So I don't have any advantage here, unfortunately. This looks pretty drawish. But we'll just keep playing and see what happens. At least I have my majority here on the king side, which is typical for the Roy-Lopez exchange variation. So let's see if we can trick around a little bit here. Maybe play f3. I like f3, knight e4. There we go. I mean, he's inviting me here. Or does he want to go rook d5? Rook d5 might have been a good move, actually. Anyways, let's go g4, grab some space, and I start to like my position again. I want to go f4, f5, but of course I need to prepare this first by putting my king on e3. And here I think I'm gonna go g5. Okay. Yeah, h5 was a good move. h5 was a good move, because now he can play rook e6 and g6. Or play like this. I'm not sure of h4, because this could be potentially a weakness. And instead I would have just played rook e6. And now I think I'm gonna go into the endgame here and put my king on f4, and I might collect this pawn, in fact. Also, another question is, how is this rook gonna get out? And in fact, this rook is lost, ladies and gentlemen. This rook... Oh, never mind. I was only looking at king d6, king f5, which of course he doesn't have to do. But this pawn is lost. This pawn is lost. At least something, right? But rook e6 now, yeah, I should not have done this, honestly. If I take now, he plays king f5, which is annoying. So I hope this is winning. But should be with my two connected pawns. Should be. Because I can do whatever I want now, and these pawns will always stop him. Hopefully. I did some calculation here, so that made it a little bit easier, because here I'm just going to checkmate with queen h7, queen h8, queen g5. So that worked out fairly well after not so convincing opening. Alright, let's play one more game and then I have to go to eat. Alright, common boy. Common boy from India. The exchange variation. Common boy, come on. You can do better than this. Nobody wants to see the exchange variation here. And I do what I always do, I just try to castle queenside and then create some kind of play. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out today. What if he castles queenside too? He could do that. He could. And here, can I go bishop f5? I think so. Okay, now it's definitely time to castle 4. And he castles in this direction. And I want to get my king out of the diagonal, so I play king b8. And now... okay. You know what? You can have the pawn on f7. I'll give it to you. No, he doesn't want the pawn. Okay. I want to be smart here and play queen g6. So I don't know how smart this is actually, but it's interesting. I'm not sure of this move, because now this pawn might be a weakness. Okay, I have to protect this pawn, this knight rather. So let's move the knight. Maybe I'm exchanging too much stuff here, but I felt like I could get the e5 pawn. Maybe, but maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, just f4 here. Yeah, this looks pretty equal now, to be honest. But as always, we're just gonna keep trying and probably lose in the process of trying. Oh, there's a weak pawn on h3. And let's see where we're going with this. Maybe we're going to hell, but not sure. I think rook d3 activating the rook would have been better, but this is interesting too. Let's attack this one. Oh no, rook e3 is a little bit annoying. Okay, I gotta be passive. Gotta be passive here. And now push my pawn. Push, push, push. This is probably equal, but it seems not that easy for white. Because no easy way to create counterplay, right? So I think I have some decent chances here. I think I'm going this route. Instead of putting my king in front, I'm putting my king here. And now putting my king here, and now I'm running. I think there's just no way really. White has to play e6 and then somehow... No, it's just not working out here. I think I'm just winning here. Alright, good game, Common Boy. That was a close one, I would say. But in the rook endgame somewhere it went wrong for white. Alright everybody, I know I have so many more challenges. As always, I can't get to them. I hope you enjoyed the tournament. I know there were some technical glitches, but I hope you enjoyed it after all. And then part of the tournament were the prizes, so I'm still getting them to them. It's like one video coaching and then a blitz match with the second and the third place. So this will be up on YouTube at some point over the next few weeks. And then I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully. Goodbye.